Hey folks, in this video we will understand the difference between, or I would say which one is better, a Strangle or a Iron Condor. So do check out the video till the very end. Okay, so because a lot of traders they do Strangles and do Iron Condors. So let's understand which one are better. But there are, as I said again, there are two strategies. So both the strategies will have pros and cons, but the time you deploy these strategies, okay, the time at which you deploy the strategies, that makes a big difference, and that is where the real crux is. So let's understand it right away. So first of all, let me explain you all what a strangle looks like. So simple, you just go ahead and create a non-directional strategy, okay, wherein you expect the markets to oscillate. So now let's say I am expecting the markets to oscillate. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and selling a 19,000 strike price call option, okay, and I am going ahead and selling, okay, a put option. So I am selling a put option, let's say of 18,500. Okay, so let's make it put. So I have sold this, or let's make it 18,400. Okay, yes, now it is equidistant. So now you will get to see, on what level, how much profit or loss you make. And again, this strategy is a theta positive strategy. That means every additional day you hold this strategy, you will make profit. So let's say you hold the strategy for 3 days from here, you will make profit. 5 days from here, 8 days from here. If you see the black line, it shifts higher, right? It shifts higher. That tells you that okay, you are getting the benefit of time from this strategy. Another thing is this strategy is a Vega negative strategy, and that with a huge huge rational or huge numbers. So the Vega for this strategy, it is 1190. That tells you that if the IVs, if they go up from the current level, the strategy will start giving you a loss. The reason being, your strategy has both the sold options, and if the IVs go up, the call and put option both will go up. See, if I just move this same level pay where I was facing a profit, or I would say where I was at no profit, no loss, it is now giving me a loss of 1648. So this type of strategies typically you will do when you expect the market, IVs to take a bit of cooler down approach. मतलब जब IVs गिरने का expectation है, when the IVs are at top, is the time when you deploy this strategy. So now in this strategy you are getting a decent cover as well. So see, you are getting 18,276, say 18,000, 19,124, which is decent enough, right? A big enough range is what you are getting covered. So if I just calculate the range, so let's say 18,276, or let's say 19,124 minus 18,276, okay, 850 points range is roughly what we are talking about, and you are getting 850 points ka range cover till your break even. Okay, this is the break even till expiry. You're not facing a loss till then. But in this levels, 850 points is something a strangle is keeping you covered, and you're getting what, 60 rupees on call and 60 rupees on put. So roughly around 120 rupees is your profit in this strategy. Obviously 120 into the lot size. Now this strategy has an undefined loss, and the biggest problem in this strategy is IVs going against you. Even if let's say market remains here itself in this range itself, but if the IVs spike up, this strategy will create a problem for you, right? This strategy will create a problem for you because it is a Vega negative strategy. So this type of strategies, they will create a big problem for you if the IV spike up. So what we can do? So we can do one simple thing. That first thing is we will deploy the strategy, when the IVs are typically in the upper regime, so that the IVs collapse, you make the most out of the strategy. Second thing, what we can do is, so whenever we do it in the higher IV condition, then the best part about that is you will get a better premium, you will get a bigger premium. That means bigger cover, right? So generally a strangle is the typical time is when you get enough premiums because of the IV boosts. So typically when the IVs are at top is the time when you deploy this type of strategy. So now still there is an undefined risk, right? Undefined risk to your option strategy. So what you can do is you can convert the strategy into a spread. Okay, you can convert the strategy into a condor by buying the hedges. And also one more thing in this strategy is that you will require a huge margin to deploy this strategy because you have undefined risk. you have unknown loss at both the conditions. Both on call and put, market giving big move, you will make an undefined loss. So for that, what you can do is you can start buying hedges. Okay, you can start buying hedges. So this is short strangle. Okay, so the drawbacks is the vega, then the undefined loss and the margin. So to get rid of that, what you can do is you can buy OTM, okay, even for OTM calls and puts, so that you know your strategy, okay, your strategy is hedged at all point. So let's say in 22, or you can buy it even further. Let's say 19300 ka call option, you bought it, right? And also you add a leg, okay, and let's say 18500, let's say 18300 ka put option, you buy it, okay. Let's make it 18,400 ka put. Okay, sorry. So let's select the expiry first. So now let's say I am going ahead and buying a 18,300, or let's make it 200, or let's make it 18,100. Okay, so the idea is that you need to keep it a bit equal considering the premium that you are receiving. Okay, so let's say 18,000. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so this is how it will look like. But the thing is, I bought a put option which is 400 points away. So let's just edit this leg, and let's select the expiry. Okay, so let's try to keep it equidistant when you're doing it, you know, independently, because this is you will elsewhere get a slightly bullish or a bearish payoff. That is the reason, nothing else. Okay, so let's say put option, add it. So now see, now it looks much more better. So this is how it looks like. So now see, you are facing a loss, but that loss is not undefined. Maximum you will lose is 10,000. Still giving you, you know, 700 points buffer, right? 18,300 से लेकर 19,000 तक. Still you are covered, which is still a 700 points cover what a, you know, a condor is trying to give you. So if you just see, the maximum profit is 4,150. In this type of strategy, what is happening is the theta is still positive. That means the more you hold this strategy, the more benefit you will get. Vega, from 1,200 you manage to cut it down to 560 rupees. So this will give you Vega benefit as well as one of the important aspect about this strategy is such that you know, you can use this type of strategies, okay, when markets you want to hold that strategy for a lot of time, because in short strangle you don't know how much time you will require to hold that strategy for, right? So deploying this, it will not create an undefined loss, and still you will be protected, right? And how much you have to pay to protect 120 rupees of yours, 13 plus 27, 40 rupees, which is fine. You can pay 40 rupees to cover this 120 rupees, right? So this is how you can go ahead and create a condor, and the benefit would be you can actually, okay, you can actually go ahead and save a lot on margin, because the system will understand that okay, the position is hedged, so it will not charge an undefined margin from you. So you know, if you are a trader who wants to take an defined risk, so for them Iron Condor is a better strategy. You can take undefined risk, but I would still say Iron Condor, you know, it is a bit much more lucrative. Okay, it is much more lucrative as compared to you know, a short strangle, because you never know that when a big move is going to happen, right? So whenever a big move comes in, you should not be taken away. Your small consistent profits which you have made, they should not be taken away, right? Also, I was trying to show you that if you go to predefined strategies, you directly select, you know, oscillate, and you can select, you know, condor, long call condor, okay, or long put condor. You can select it, and you know, you can build it will directly build as a strategy. So yes, folks, that was it from my side. Thank you so much for joining me up till here. If you have liked this session, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button, and you know, if any doubts, queries, concern, you can also drop it out in the chat.